Okay, so
What's up, bro?
we hired we hired a new general manager
Yeah.
and we hired a new head coach, and I'm representing the Chicago Bears.
All right.
The Chicago Bears, who hired the general manager, the Bears, and who they hired? They hired Ryan Poles.
Wait. You sure that they didn't hire J. Cole? J. Cole's? Or R. Poles?
R. Poles.
Ryan Pace, you mean? Like RP?
RP, well, that RP, he's gone. He's out of here. Ryan Pace got fired after being with the organization for 7 long years. Had 2 playoff appearances,
Yep.
no playoff wins, and then the Bears later on they fired Matt Nagy, who had 2 playoff appearances in 4 years. Offense only managed to average 18 points per game, despite being labeled as an offensive genius, an offensive guru. He is gone, and the replacement for Matt Nagy is Matt Eberflus, a former defensive coordinator from the Indianapolis Colts.
Wait. Matt who?
Matt Eberflus.
You sure it isn't Matt Nagy, bro?
I'm positive it isn't Matt Nagy.
Ryan and Matt?
Yeah. Ryan and Matt 2.0.
Bro, oh my
So,
God, bro.
First off, let's go over Ryan Poles. I have something to say, especially for Matt Eberflus. But for Ryan Poles, let's go on ahead and go over that situation.
So, man, for me, bro, I like the hiring, bro.
I like the
feel
hiring
like
too.
He's a young GM from
Kansas
one of the
City.
best organizations in past recent years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, he's been aggressive since he came here too. The thing that I like about Ryan Poles right now is that what he like. Did you hear about the report? Okay, he told George like, hey, if you gonna hire me, let me do my job. I want to be a part of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You let me be a part of everything. And you remember in the past years, it was reported Ryan Pace was a yes man. Oh,
Yeah.
Everything George says. Oh, yes, I'll do it, sir. I'll do it, sir.
And this is the thing. You know what? I normally don't go after ownership, but I'm just gonna say this. For Virginia McCaskey, who is 99 years old, if you said you're quote unquote pissed off, you say that you are you're not happy with the results of what you've been getting as of late as a fan and as a owner, then you might want to go ahead and fire some of the guys that you've been hiring for the past 30 years after the 85 Bears won the title. My concern with Ryan Poles is that, yes, he's young, but I don't want him, I just don't want him being a yes man. I want him to be my general manager.
That's right.
I want him to make the right decisions, not relying on past performance.
Yeah.
And and what I mean by past performance is someone who is going to get, okay, for example, the Bulls got Dwayne Wade in 2016. Dwayne Wade was 34 years old, and we gave him a fat, $49.5 million contract. I don't want to rely on past performance who are past their prime. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? Like with Jason Peters last year, like that wasn't. Listen, he was good. He was good for a 39-year-old, but I don't think you want to get a player who is always past his prime and starting to get injury prone. So that's my one main concern for Ryan Poles. And if I would have to give this a grade, I'll give it a B+. I still think there's some things he can improve on, but he was the director of player personnel for the Chiefs. He was there when Mahomes got drafted. He was there when Travis Kelce got drafted. Yeah. He was there when Tyreek Hill got drafted. Hell, he was a former Chicago Bear. Mm-hmm. He is a former Chicago Bear offensive lineman. So what that tells me is he's going to be going after a few key offensive linemen from free agency in the draft. So I'm, like I said, I just want success. I want progress. And I think Ryan Poles is a good hire.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you want to say about Ryan Poles before
I feel like
Matt Eberflus?
I'm giving it an A. I'm giving it an A off the simple fact last season the Chiefs had an offensive line problem.
Yeah, they did.
This season Ryan Poles went and he was apparently a part of the Chiefs drafting two. I think it was two. Well, the Chiefs drafted a good lineman this year, and they also brought in another lineman to help out. And the Chiefs O-line has been better than last year.
Yeah, it was better than last year.
So I mean that's pretty,
that's good. And guess what? He's
optimistic.
And guess what? He was a former offensive lineman. So
yeah, former O lineman.
I mean, he played for the Bears, and he was undrafted too.
Right, undrafted. And I mean, everything that he's done so far, just from being signed with the Bears, like we talk about the aggressiveness, him not being a yes man to George, him telling George, "Hey, Bill Polian, look, thank you for everything you did, bro. But I got the interviews now." You feel me? Like,
yep.
I like that, bro. And then I also like what we about to talk about next. I like that he didn't go after what everybody wanted, right? I like that he took his time up in the interview room and he went for what he thought was best for the team. Now, do we have to agree with it?
Not necessarily.
I don't know, but I see the confidence in him, though.
Yeah, I see the confidence, and I'll give him that. I see confidence, and I feel confident in his abilities of being general manager as of right now.
Right, and this is another thing that I didn't tell you, though. Apparently, Ted wanted Jim Caldwell, and George and Bill wanted Dan Quinn, but Ryan went into those. He got hired the day after. He said, "No, fuck that. I'm going with Matt Eberflus."
And with Matt Eberflus, we will be taking care of him next. He has been hired as the direct replacement for Matt Nagy. This guy was the defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. He was a linebackers coach for the Dallas Cowboys. And I believe another team. I forgot the other team. But like I said, I don't know what to think about it, honestly. If you want me to give it a grade as of right now, honestly, I'll give it a D- or an incomplete. And I'm not saying this out of hate for Eberflus. I have no disrespect towards Eberflus. It's just that when you hire somebody who doesn't have head coaching experience, who doesn't have, it's like this is someone who's never been a head coach in the NFL before. So we don't know what to expect of him. It's more of, I wanted somebody who had NFL coaching experience, someone who had playoff experience, right? Someone who, I'm not saying necessarily won playoff games, but I'm saying someone who's taking their team to the playoffs every now and then, someone who had coaching experience, and someone who I know can take care of the offense, the defense, the special teams, and coaching. This is a guy that I've only known through defense. I don't know him offensively. I don't know him on special teams wise. I don't know him, coaching everything. It's like, he has now become the driver of a car instead of being a passenger. It's more of a pilot, co-pilot type of thing. The co-pilot, all he has to do is shift gears. He's been the co-pilot all this time. Now, him being the pilot, he has to steer. He has to, he has to go with pedals and everything like that. He has to press the pedals in the vehicle. He has to, he has to shift gears. He has to steer. He has to do all that type of stuff. So the question is, I'm wondering, is he the correct head coach for us? Because
I feel everything that you're saying, bro. I just feel like grading him off of his experience, though.
It's not. I'm not grading Eberflus. Right. I'm grading the hiring. Right, I'm not sure. I'm
grading
not sure.
The hiring because of experience. I don't know, bro. Because, for example, Sean McDermott, of the Bills. You know, you got the Chargers head coach came from the Rams.
I mean, we did get Lovie Smith. I mean, there are some arguments with that.
Look, what I think about this hire, right? And I'm just gonna flat out take my grade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the B, right? I did some research.
Mm-hmm.
The man, he was a defensive coordinator at Missouri at the age of 29.
Mm-hmm.
He been coaching for a long ass time, bro. You know, he spent 13 years in the NFL, bro. He been coaching for a minute, bro. Man, I just feel like the thing that you said about, you know, the steering the wheel, pushing the pedals, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why, bro. To be a head coach isn't just about driving in the passenger seat, right?
I mean, most head coaches, they normally come from being being coordinators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I get that, but I'm not sure whether I'm
I just
all
feel
in.
Like, right, yeah. And I mean, I definitely feel you because, you know, we Bears fans, we got PTSD. We done been hurt so many times, we can't trust shit.
We had Mark Trestman,
Even
the offensive genius from the CFL, right?
And that's what I'm saying. Everybody wanted Brian DeBall. I wanted Brian DeBall.
Hey, I wanted him too.
But, bro, us as Bears fans, bro, you never know. We would have got Brian DeBall and would have been the new Lions. Like, you never know. Look, what we need isn't just an offensive guru. We need somebody who can lead. Man, we need somebody who can steer the wheel, push the pedals. You feel me? Like, we need somebody who can do that, bro. And it's not all about just, oh, yeah, well, let's develop. We definitely need to develop a quarterback just like Brian DeBall developed Josh Allen. But at the same time, can he lead man, bro? Like, can he lead man? I watched some clips on this Eberflus dude. It's a significant difference from Matt Nagy's coaching to his coaching. One thing that I did notice is that a lot of coaches think coaching is, oh yeah, you did that wrong. You should have never did that. Get on the ground, give me 50. What I noticed about Eberflus, bro, is that when he was coaching, he was uplifting his players, bro. That's all.
He was being a motivator.
Being motivational to grown men, bro. You remember the video I was just watching a couple minutes ago?
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's all bro. That's what I loved about it, bro. That's giving his players confidence when they out there on that field. Instead of being out there on that field like, man, I hope I don't mess up. Coach gonna do that to me. They gonna be out there on that field like, oh yeah, hey, I got this. Coach told me I did right.
And literally, this sounds very similar to Lovie Smith because he was like, you know, according to Olin Kreutz, I remember Olin. He said, like, hey, we have a problem. We're not scoring right now. And Lovie Smith was like, don't worry, we can handle it. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. So, like, I get what you're saying. Definitely. I'm just a bit concerned of this hiring. Like I said before, if we would have hired a head coach that was, you know, that had experience, that has experience, a proven winner, a proven winner, I would have been a little bit more comfortable. Yeah. The D- might sound a little bit harsh. I'm a hard grader, but the thing is, I'm gonna give it an incomplete right now because I haven't seen this guy be the main guy. I haven't seen this guy be the driver of the car. Well, he's always been the passenger. Right. Of it.
Well, this is something that I hope can like lift the grade a little bit. Right. One, Rod Marinelli is his he's mentored this guy.
Yeah.
You feel me?
If we could somehow get him as our defensive coordinator, that would be great. Right. Sean Desai did awesome. I thought he did awesome. His DBs were a bit
for the first year of coaching. He did nice, bro.
Yeah. So you know what? I don't know what we would do with Sean Desai, but
I don't think we're gonna keep him though. But you want to know why? Because my second point I was gonna bring up. Eberflus' system.
He runs the 4-3.
4-3.
He runs the 4-3. Right. He runs the 4-3 while the Fangio defense ran the 3-4. So instead of 3 linemen, it's 4 linemen and 3 linebackers.
And I'm guessing this has something to do with the hire because Robert Quinn and Khalil Mack, before they both came to the Bears,
they were in the 4-3.
4-3, and Robert Quinn has some of his. Like, the reason why a lot of people say, oh, yeah, Robert Quinn is a future Hall of Famer is because of his time in a 4-3. Before, the reason why the Khalil Mack signing to the Bears was so big is because of what he did in a 4-3 with the Raiders. Look,
so, my only concern... It wasn't a bad idea.
Right. So, my only concern, though, is that with Roquan Smith, can he switch?
I think
as a
Roquan
linebacker playing 4-3, you got more linemen coming towards you now. Like you're taking up blocks now.
Right. I think Roquan can do it.
Yeah.
It's just that I think, why don't they have just a mixture of the 4-3 and the 3-4 at the same time?
Right.
That could. I mean, like, look at this. The 4-3, the 4-3 that could be probably for like the goal lines and stuff, or in the in the red zones, and then the 3-4 that can be from the 21-yard line of your side to the 21-yard line of their side. It wouldn't be a bad idea. The thing is, both of these hirings, I like change. But we need to make sure that we make the correct decisions.
That's fact.
Because what Nagy and Pace have done for the past 4 years with Nagy and the past 7 years with Pace, it's been more misses than swings. I mean, misses than hits. And I want to have more hits than misses this time around. So
I feel like Eberflus gives me like a.
This is almost a Lovie Smith type of vibe right here.
He gives me like a young Belichick vibe, like a defensive guy coming to a team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because remember he was in Cleveland. He was the head coach. Right, he was the head coach of Cleveland. Then he went to the Jets with what's my man's name? Bill Parcells. He went with those guys, but
then he came to the Patriots
and they the dynasty.
Everybody like, oh yeah, we just drafted Tom Brady. What do we get a defensive guy for? And the man, you feel me? Like made history. What, bro? The interesting part about this, right? It has to be a plan, bro. It has to be something that he said in that interview. You talking about a GM brand?
Well, actually, what he did say in the interview, if I'm not mistaken, he said the offense will revolve around Justin Fields. And honestly, I like the what I seen out of Justin this year. He has that improvising type of role as a quarterback. So he was the guy. He is similar to an Aaron Rodgers. Hold on. I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing Aaron Rodgers. But I'm saying their play styles, the way how they want to create plays with their legs while throwing the football, like those are the type of improvisers I'm talking about. And so Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, those type of guys. Yeah, and I see that potential in Justin Fields.
And it's actually crazy that you brought up what he said up in the interview, because if you think about it, bro, the problem with Matt Nagy is that he was too goddamn stubborn. Like, bro, he thinks that he had a system for players that he didn't have. Like,
exactly.
Like, bro, he would just refuse to change his system.
Make his players better. He would refuse to run the football. Or
refuse to do things that makes his player better. Like,
no. It's not that he refused to run the football. He ran the football because he didn't trust his quarterbacks, right? Yeah. He ran the football because he didn't trust his quarterbacks, but he didn't like running that much. And the other thing about Matt Nagy, which really pisses me off, why in the hell would you make Mitch into a pure pocket passer? He was doing just fine. He was doing just fine being, just running out of the pocket and making a decision using his legs while throwing the football down the field. He was doing just fine. And that's the reason why, he got fired this year. That was the reason why he got fired this year. And I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, and that's what I like to hear from Matt Eberflus, because basically what he just said, hey, whatever makes Justin better, that's what we gonna make the system of offense is.
Exactly.
Instead of saying, oh, I got my system, we gonna do our best to make him run it. He ain't say that. He's saying, hey, whatever Justin, like, this is gonna revolve around Justin. Whatever makes him better, this is what we gonna do.
Play action. What I noticed about Justin, it's play action. His play action is really good. Amazing, he knows how to throw the ball deep down the field if he's not pressured. So Ryan Poles needs to go ahead and make sure he gets a solid left tackle, a solid, just solid tackles. They have a solid interior. I honestly would get rid of Mustafa, in my opinion, personally. I would get rid of him. If you're gonna keep Mustafa, then damn it, you better put him at the right guard, because Cody Whitehair is better at center. I mean, I think Cody Whitehair could be our center. James Daniels could be our left guard if we keep him. Mustafa, if we keep him, he can be our right guard. We can have a right tackle right there and a left tackle right there. Tevin Jenkins could be our right tackle. So I made the decisions. We can spend our money We could spend our money on a big-time left tackle, have Tevin Jenkins be our right tackle, and then next you know, we're going to keep Whitehair if we keep James Daniels, and that's if we keep Sam Musper. That will be our starting five right there.
Yeah, and I feel like this is why it's so good to have an offensive lineman that's running this stuff, because he understands exactly. For some reason, bro, Matt Nagy just couldn't understand it. Ryan Poles most likely is going to understand exactly what you just said, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, look, I'm optimistic, bro. Look, forget about all of this stuff, bro. This has to work, bro. Like, as Bears fans, we done been through everything.
We've been through everything. Listen, we've been through
this, bro.
Listen. We've been through some hideous coaches
for years, bro.
Yes, I'm being serious.
Since I was bro.
We've been through some hideous coaches. We've been through some hideous quarterbacks. We've been through it all.
Since I was shorty, bro.
Listen, we've been through Dick Geron. We've been through Mark Trestman. Lovie Smith, he was all right defensively, but he couldn't get it right offensively. We've been through John Fox, who was just, I don't even want to describe him. We've been through Nagy. We've been through those guys.
Bro.
We've been through Rex Grossman as our quarterback.
You want to know the last time the Bears had 3 straight winning seasons?
When is that?
Back in the 19s.
Right.
Not even, bro. None in the 2000s, bro. Like, since we've been born, they ain't never had a consistent years of winning, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, this is the last chance. Bro, for some reason, it just feels like
the thing is, I don't want to be
to make this work, bro.
Right,
like,
this
has to work.
His thing, I don't want to be this organization is worth in the billions of dollars. Range.
Practically made.
Right. So the thing is, if you are one of the charter franchises, right? Mm-hmm. If you are one of the richest franchises, you have to, in my opinion, you can't be in the same conversation as the New York Jets.
The Lions.
You can't be in the same conversation as the Jaguars, the Jets, the Lions, the Giants. You can't be in that same conversation.
Exactly.
If you want to win, then you got to go ahead and make sure that you hire people that doesn't kiss your ass.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you hire people that wants to win.
And look, let's give props to George, because from what you just said, don't hire people that kiss your ass. George been doing that for a long time, but he did something different this year. Ryan Poles literally came in day one and said, I'm not going to kiss your ass. Give me control of the interviews. I'm picking who I want. So let's give props to George for doing something right.
Okay, I'll give him some props, but I'm still not sold on George McCaskey yet.
Yeah.
But with that being said, listen, we're both pissed off as Bears fans. We want success, damn it.
This has to work.
We want success.
This is all we got, bro. This is the last chance, bro. This has to be it, bro. Like, it has to be, bro. It has to be it.
So, with that being said, if you like this video, I would like for you guys to go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow this man on Instagram and Twitter at Spice Bands.
Twitter, Marcus Spicer 2.
And we will see you guys later.
Let's go.